All things in time, time. Hi. Hello, everyone. It me and it you. And together, we are we. Let's go. I have two players already loaded up into Roll20, and the other should be here shortly. Let's find my screen. One moment. Actually, let me test something too. Let's test the ambiance. Excellent. Yes, there is background music pumping through. Go to our scene. Aha! Oh no, Fluffy, you made it this far only to be foiled at the last minute. Oh, you jinxed yourself, which is super... It's like double ironic because you're a divination wizard. You're not supposed to jinx yourself. Alright, howdies to Dysfemist, to Woden, to Demon, to Coffee Cat, to Fluffy Sheep, to Lethality Complex, who's right over here, as you can see. It takes skill to really just be able to just gesture, and there you go. Because Lethality is not right over there to me, obviously. I have to try and scale it to what you see. Anyway. Let's, I think everything's set. We're working on maybe a Mordecai showing up on camera. We'll find out. And I will sneak into the super duper secret chat room here. Oh, hello. Ah.
Hello.
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 Ah, there we go. Okay, excellent.
Good evening.
I think. Oh, and howdy to Derek as well.
Howdy, Derek. Derek.
So
Derek.
beyond the minor technical glitch of not being able to record the session, and me super needing to make sure that I download the VOD, otherwise it will be gone forever.
Yes.
We're okay.
Yeah.
So, besides teetering on the blink of, oblivion, or on the brink of oblivion, we're okay. We're doing all right.
We embrace nothingness. And again, much like every week these days, I have no video from anyone.
Oh no!
Because WebRTC. I mean, actually, if you want to very quickly go ahead and go into your settings, under audio and video.
Huh.
Audio and video. Yeah, audio and video, and scroll down to download WebRTC debug log, and then send that.
To you?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some technical analysis on stream. Watch this.
I mean, not that it's necessary to do it on stream, we don't want to take up valuable time, because I do have to work in the morning.
I'm stalling for Dark Wolf. She's on her way. Yeah. So don't worry about it, Coffee. Yeah, so she download a text file, and if you go ahead and send that. Alright, let's take a look see here. Number of other players too. Yeah. At that point that was correct.
While you are glancing that over, I will start the shoutouts. Hopefully we should have a Dark Wolf here with us tonight at some point. I will give her a shout out, KH Dark Wolf, who you can see here on the Hero Zone every now and again. She also has her own stream where she is going through some RPG Maker games, and I think she plays which Yu-Gi-Oh game? It's the latest Yu-Gi-Oh. Duelist. I'm forgetting. Anyway.
Something. I don't know.
Okay. Okay, I think I may have seen the source of the problem. Let's see if I know how to fix it.
Next up, while Lethality Complex is doing some live tech support here, I'm
Working
going to give a
his
shout out
magic
to Coffee Cat. Well, if I can spell it correctly, Coffee Cat presents. There we go.
Oh, hi, it me.
Hi, you were doing the art.
I was doing the art yesterday.
Yeah.
Did some commissions.
And if I recall,
in Maddie's Discord.
your caffeine fixes have been moved to Thursdays, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Until further notice.
Until further notice. In fact, I do want to collaborate with you, maybe for this upcoming Thursday then. Or, I mean, really whenever. If you want to stream it, that's fine. But for the lobby, it might be good to swap out Cypher for Loki.
Right. I still need to do that, so book some time.
Yep. So just similar to how I had Darkwolf redo our Roll20 loading screen here, we can get our lobby open. Which for those of you, hang on, that's not the right thing. Let's get that. There we go. So those are 5 members of the Chroma Company. They're just not the current 5. Arguably, the Celter and Cypher are in peril right now. So we'll see if they can also remain a part of the Chroma Company. Because yikes. I'm sorry. What were you saying, Lethality?
So Coffee, I sent you a link. Go to that site and see if your camera works.
Oh, whoa.
Error page not found.
Okay, I have another link. Alright, so run a test through this site here.
Potential security risk.
Fucking really? Okay. You could try clearing out the cache, actually.
Actually,
that's something I haven't done.
Did this start happening when you started your new job? Could it be something with like a firewall or security that your job needed you to have?
No, I don't think it is because I work on a separate computer.
Oh. Yeah, no,
I have a whole separate computer.
Those firewall rules would be configured locally.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have a whole separate tower for that.
Is it even
tower?
Yep.
Like, is Roll20 even detecting your camera, or like, is it a permission in your browser? Did you update your browser and you have to tell it that it can use your video?
I can see my video. No one else can.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. So
I don't see video from any of you either.
Yep. So basically, I have the log here that you sent me from the WebRTC console. So basically, we're getting initialization. We're getting offers and answers, which just makes sense. Candidate connections, and then the connection fails, and then the connection errors. Connection invalid architecture. Answer tried to set rec v when offer did not set send, which is it's basically the answer's trying to set a receive when the offer isn't a send to.
I'm reloading Roll20 after clearing cache.
Okay.
Yeah, clear the cache, reroll Roll20, and if it still is funky, send me the console again, then I'll have a look. Log files, it's basically what I do for work.
It wouldn't be a Hero Zone D&D game without technical difficulties, right?
Da. Yeah, no, I'd rather save and not die. We wanted to deliver. We wanted to deliver the airship to them.
Yeah, I'm sure in some way it's my fault. Well, look at it this way, Bane. Ultimately, it's my fault because Coffee wouldn't have to use a webcam on Roll20 if I wasn't running the game at all. And so really, this is just a years-long festering wound that has now come to a head. And
So it's trying. It's really trying.
People wouldn't have to do things if I kept asking them to do stuff.
It's not trying at all. Now it doesn't detect my actual webcams.
Wait, really? Oh, well, yeah, no, it would glitch your settings, so you'll have to go into the settings and make sure it's pointing in the right direction.
I'm not sure how to incorporate that in right now, Bane. Though that is certainly an option.
Permissions are still allowed.
Yeah, no. Check your actual settings in Roll20. Like under the audio and video tab in settings.
Right. All of my webcams are not being detected.
That's the problem. It was the goblin.
Ah.
All of my webcams do not exist according to Roll20.
Ah. That's not. Glue. Oh dear. And fade to black.
I mean, like, successfully seducing by adding to her mass, then yes, I suppose so. The goblin is a very simple creature, so...
see, I mean, I would suggest Discord or Jitsi or something like that.
Hang on. Let me just open up a whole new browser window. It's fine.
Hey, there's a Dark Wolf.
Dark Wolf.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. I literally woke up at 9:55.
Yeah, nope. My webcams don't exist anymore.
Oh no.
Okay, so that's
Not
probably
according to
why
Roll20.
that's probably why it wasn't detecting us, because even though it was actually sending stuff through the webcam, WebRTC was like, nah, it doesn't exist.
So quick.
Yes.
There you go. Dark Wolf Espresso Fox was buying you time.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have a think about it and see what I can come up with, because WebRTC, maybe I have to go and punch someone on GitHub or something.
That's okay. I'm not wearing a wig or a costume anyway right now. It's too damn hot.
Well, then think of it this way: you don't have to worry about anybody seeing you sweat.
Hey, Lamau.
Then we'll hopefully we'll be able to get you back on cam for next week, but we will continue forward then. And we at least have you on mic and in chat, and so I'm willing to look any crash you can walk away from. Oh, bad analogy now. Yeah. Yes, Bane, by the way, I did say Durgans during there, and I saw a couple people in chat as well. I remember their names from the community, so I said hi, and I showed up late to watch the video. I think I missed the first 15 minutes or so of it, but I was hanging out in there.
I'm happy. I am finally happy. I just hope that they pull it off correctly with the new products that are coming.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, they better, otherwise everyone's gonna be
As
pissed.
a fan, I'm happy. As a retailer, cautious optimism.
I mean, to be fair, that is
We're
very...
lucky we'll get him by Christmas.
Yeah, like that's the big thing. Like, it was an amazing presentation. Cool stuff. Is this indicative that the supply chain has become unborked? Or are these going to be promises that are hyped now and are going to get drug out for another year because bees?
Because bees.
Yep.
I want my Belljammer. Damn it.
Still waiting for 3 kobolds in a trench coat.
Yes.
You can literally make 3 kobolds in a trench coat if that's really what you want.
I know, but the mini.
It was a mini that was supposed to come out a couple pre-painted sets ago, but
Oh.
of all the minis in the set it was supposed to debut in, that was the one that was cut. And yeah.
And Dark Wolf is very angry about it. I mean, understandable. I'd put my 3 kobolds in a trench coat too.
Well, Bane, if you have a file for it, I can send it over to the printer and get one whipped up.
I've been thinking about that. Subscribing to a subscription STL files kind of mini thing.
Oh yeah.
I just haven't yet. I don't have a printer.
You have a friend who has a printer.
I have a friend who has a printer. Of course.
You get enough stuff for me anyway. I could sneak in some stuff for you.
I mean, you keep going wild with some of these dang giveaways. I mean, come on.
Well, we've been doing a lot of printing. There's going to be another wave of wenches coming out soon. Not for tomorrow, but I'll probably end up getting them on Wednesday, and we'll see how they turn out as we're playing with the angles, and
The angles.
and the supports and everything.
The
Yeah,
wench
she's-
was looking good though.
She's a big girl, lift and separate, you know. Stop me from doing bad things? I do good things all of the time, Bane. But you all can stop me from doing bad things in this week's coloring event. Hey, shameless plug. That being said, I'm not here to plug that. Go to our Discord, !Discord. Look at the coloring event going on right now, and you too can win a painted mini by Dark Wolf or me. All right. Well, I have already given your channel a plug, Dark Wolf. I have given I've given a thorough shilling for Coffee Cat, and then I'm selling out for the Gathering of Nerds as well.
We exist sometimes.
While Derek is here, this is his day off. But Derek, I figured you might appreciate this. My friends call me Hadouken because I'm downright fierce.
Oh, I get that too. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's amazing.
So, all right, we're doing stuff.
I have the stream pulled up now. I missed it.
I'll if you quickly hit clip, it might go back far enough in time for you to see it. Otherwise, I'll show you a picture.
That's okay. It's a t-shirt that you're on, right?
Yeah, it is a t-shirt, but no, call me Vapor Thrust because I'm about to get punished. That's a Guilty Gear joke.
Hey. I know some of the things for that thing.
I know you know some of the things for that thing. That's a Kai joke.
Well, as the epic music is conveying, you all had a little bit of a time escaping from New Denales, as the town was being taken over by, the reprisal, as you had come to learn the king had warned you would be coming, but this seemed like a really big reprisal. This was hundreds of goblins just savaging this town. And I mean, all you did was just kill like a dozen of them. But they were flooding through New Donales after there was a lockdown. A lockdown and an investigation, since the troop transport for the governor's ship carrying his scouts and guards and such had landed to start looking down, down the different alleyways, roads, find out what was going on. And all three parties now, Chroma Company, Goblin, and Imperial alike, had learned that the dwarves were prepared, and had been for a long time, for perhaps just such an event, since all of their houses and storefronts and such seem to have been booby-trapped.
Literally just death traps everywhere. You can't even call it anything else. They're dropping massive stone blocks on you.
Yes, with rather crude sayings and imagery on it as well. As it does seem that if there's not a book of grudges, they at least have a long memory of what happened.
They definitely have a book of grudges, the dwarves.
And you also had picked up a little bit of what was going on, as you saw that there was a hierarchy among the troops. And including, there was some dwarves that were a detachment of the governor's party here. You had learned a little bit about these dwarves that are apparently, they're dwarves, but they're not considered really kin to those of El Artsua and New Donales. And in fact, they were referred to as dowry guard dwarves. For a reference going back to their kidnapped, presumed murdered queen, and the forceful union between the Shadowhar and the dwarves of El Artsua. So that is a bit of a nickname that they've earned, much like tieflings have been referred to as eatlings. Then hell started breaking loose. There were also vampiric goblins. What the heck is up with that? And you managed to sneak aboard the armored troop transport here, and were fighting your way through because there was still a partial detachment of the elite guard. And you eventually fought your way to the front to the control room. And when you got there, it seems like there was at least one goblin that also managed to sneak aboard. It was causing a lot of havoc, being terribly frightened by the presence of Bright, who just emanated this aura. And in its scramble and its terror, it was pulling levers and sort of like snapping wires and such, as it was just sort of going bonkers in the engine room into which it snuck through the hatch. And, containment breach, as the alarm was going off. So, to make matters worse, not only were your resources depleted fighting through, you were losing fuel, in a sense, in at least one of the engines, if not having a fuel dump altogether. And the pilots were providing some resistance along with a couple of the remaining guards, and your resources were split once more after already being taxed getting this far. And things were going rather poorly. The pilots, having resigned themselves to enter the embrace of Ouijas and probably drag you kicking and screaming into the afterlife with them, they were on a crash course to crash, of course. And for some reason, you all didn't want that to happen. So
I think that goes without saying.
After a pile of grease, a slippery bear, and some errant spells being flung. That was just in the cockpit. let alone the ghost fight that was taking place in the engine room because the fuel was starting to leak into it. It was a mess. It was a big mess. It was very desperate. You survived one crash only to possibly be done in here by another. And through the efforts of the team and trying to do everything they could, Celine, I mean, you were able to clear the vapors, so to speak, of the engine room. So while Zuviwow did not directly answer your prayers, at least the powers imbued to you by her were able to make you and Bright and Loki safer, because they were under threat and duress of these incorporeal undead who were trying to eat them, a feeling that you knew all too well. Of course, you had that moment, too, where they were considering you and trying to figure you out, as there's an unfortunate question mark kinship with them. Anyway, being reminded of your own fragile mortality aside, we zoom forward to the cockpit, where Mordecai and Norallie were really trying their best to do something to not have everyone die in a fiery cataclysm of undeath as well. So kudos to both of you for doing that. And that manifested in Mordecai also reaching out to Zuviwow, who listened. Or maybe that's not fair. She's probably always listening, but who actually answered. And in your moment there, which, by the way, Coffee, I don't know if you saw in my little fan art that I made of that scene.
Mm-hmm.
I actually... So I had your hands on the steering wheel.
Mm-hmm.
I also made your tail wrap around it, because you're like trying to pull back on it as hard as you can. Like you're giving everything you got, and you wrapped your tail, and you were pulling with your tail also to try and pull up and compensate for the engine. Anyway, little details. Plus, I made half of Norallie's tail bald in that too. So, I may not have as good a skills as many other artists out there, like you and Derek and them do, but I put heart into it. Gosh darn it! And the fun little details of you panicking and pulling back on the stick with your tail and your hands, or her having the remnants of her tail on display. I don't know. It brought me joy anyway to draw, so it made my heart happy.
It made me giggle.
So you had this moment of serenity. Mordecai, you were in the pilot's seat. Your goddess was sort of having everything just move in slow motion, giving you extra time to think and find peace. She was guiding you. Apparently there was something further out, and it was almost like lit up by a sunbeam coming through the storm clouds, as that is seemingly a place of like where you need to be or where you need to go, or it was a goal, like kind of put that on the horizon and steer the ship towards there, and maybe everything will be okay. Yeah. Fluffy got it. And in that serene moment too, you also noticed Norallie just sort of discorporate. Like, she just sort of like dusted beside you. And it, not that you're drug addled or anything. I mean, those days are hopefully behind you, but you just sort of like looked over, and she just sort of like, I don't feel too well, Mr. Mordecai, and like disappeared. And you're like, oh. And then you sort of look back out the windshield and like, as you're careening through the lower atmosphere here at as fast as they were trying to get away from the invasion with their ship. And that's when all of the comfort or the advice or the moment being held in the in the bosom of the Earth Goddess it ended because you simply had her give you a little bit of a throat clearing or a tap on the shoulder and kind of go tree, and that's when your bullet time serenity stopped, and you saw that there was a massive sentinel pine tree rushing up as you were rushing down. And then we had a meanwhile, Norallie just sort of disappeared after she made a wish. And her wish apparently also was granted because she was able to, in this sense, she was like limping along. Oh, she was dragging her leg. It kind of hurt. You know, she saw Loki kind of, and also like Celine, you were able to almost like see her in a sense, and you had some interaction with her. You know, her leg was injured. Poor Norallie had to make a couple saves here, but fortunately she's rather good at dex and con saves, which was a not so subtle your DM representing your assistance of controlling the ship from the manifestation of your wish spell, as you're trying to dodge around obstacles and just survive the crash and the skid. And there was in fact a crash and a skid as this massive pine tree that was standing here ended up well, the trajectory of the ship was such that one of the big donut engine where you see everyone up here ended up catching. It shifted the momentum of the ship around. It sort of did like a 360 spin, bleeding off momentum, snapped this probably, who knows, 500, 1,000, whatever year old tree. And then you were sent spinning like a disc to grind along the ground, which fortunately for the rain that you had been experiencing for all of the day was rather soft, and well, it was softer. Not that the rocks are going to get softer by being wet, but there was grass and there was mud, and you did crash through a lot of underbrush as well, but the ship didn't explode, so that's good. But that's also where we are going to be picking up, because we had Loki and Bright, who were kind of braced in a vent, trying to like not get tossed around so that they could sort of like jam themselves up. So you probably have something like Loki is like holding on to Bright as he's laying on his back with like his tail out and a leg up, and he's just trying to like fill up the space as best as he can in this maintenance duct. Celine, you had ended up being thrown into a bunch of wires and other sort of debris that almost acted like a restraint, like a roller coaster restraint or something, like a 5-point thing that just sort of ended up going around you. And so while it was definitely rough going because you were right there at the, in the middle of being spun. So arguably the force wasn't as great on you because you were at the center. It was very jarring all the same. Your teeth, they're technically not your teeth, but the teeth you possess were rattling in your skull, which is also borrowed. And then we had Mordecai here, who was probably the least braced, and with the most rattling around, kind of bumping around and finally coming to his senses, both at tree and then that's when that panic moment had taken place. And so we have the ship has stopped moving. Perhaps your brains or your eyeballs and your skulls have stopped moving too. They might be spinning around a little bit. And Mordecai, you would be the first to be able to look out and see through probably some broken glass that there's a village of some sort not too far away. The rain has mostly stopped by this point, but it is still rather overcast. And whatever that beam of light that was coming down has receded, as it's just gone to being a cool, dark, and overcast summer's day. And really, we're going to start with you, Mordecai, as I believe you wanted to check on your friends. If not, I mean, you can just abandon them too if you want. I won't tell you what to do. I'm not going to railroad you.
I'm checking myself for injury. I'm checking to see if I see any of my friends. Like Norallie was next to me here a second ago. I need to. Is she all right?
All right. You have taken 42 bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
Non-magical bludgeoning damage from getting rattled and bumped around.
Ow. I probably have a broken arm. Or something. I'm rattled. Jesus.
Has your tail always bent like that? Probably best not to think on that.
Yeah. I'm not happy about that. Norallie? He starts kind of walking through the cockpit to see if he can find her.
There is no sign of Norallie. Now, the grease is gone. The bear is gone. The door to the cockpit is open and was sort of like swinging around. In fact, probably at some point, Mordecai, because it was not necessarily secured, you probably were like a bit of a pinball, where you might have been like thrown back and the door was sort of like cling, and you clanged off of it or something. But the door to the cockpit is open into the rest of the ship.
I'm getting up from where I am.
Okay.
Kind of whispering a very thankful prayer that I am still alive. And I am going to find the others.
All
I'm
right.
be searching the ship top to bottom for them.
Can I get a con save from both Loki and Bright?
Okay. $16.
Okay.
Ooh, that's rough.
All right, so Bright, you will take half of that bludgeoning damage, so you'll only take 21 non-magical bludgeoning. Loki will take 42, but Loki, I guess, did what he wanted to do, and that was to help protect and buffer you, Bright, from the worst of rattling around. That being said, you are conscious and Loki is not, and you will be able to hear Mordecai shouting as his voice will echo through the ship and the ductwork. Of course, there's a lot of other sort of like metal cooling, like ping, ping, or other noises of things creaking and settling. But you can hear Mordecai calling out.
I mean, Loki still does technically have 27.
Okay.
Yes, he's not dying, he's just unconscious.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I'll just yell for Mordecai. Mordecai! Mordecai! We're in here! We were in here pretty much the whole time, but we still got stuff done. And also Loki is... he's here too. And I will... I mean, it's a medicine check. I know better than to roll medicine.
Yeah, leave that to me.
I guess I'll just check for obvious pools of blood. And if he's not obviously dead, that's good enough for me. Oops, why am I talking in my regular voice? Something's wrong with my life.
The metal the metal hallway sort of like amplified and distorted it.
Yeah, it's a trick hallway.
Yeah.
Does fitting with your voice.
You
The echo sound. It's metallic echo sound.
a piece of metal accidentally hit you in the throat, and you had to clear it.
Yeah. So he is breathing. You don't need a medicine check to see that he is breathing. Now he is really banged up. He does have some bruising already, and there are some blood smears on the inside of this maintenance duct. In fact, you yourself, now that you're sort of aware of your own consciousness and body, looking over his, at some point in time, I mean, you have some dings, or maybe you like bit your tongue or your lip or something. So obviously you're not without injury as well, but you weren't battered around as badly as Loki was. But he is breathing. It just seems to be unconscious. He might have just bonked his head.
Well.
In fact, what I can do, as you are looking, you can see that the metal cap that he wore as a horn prosthetic is actually shoved into the top of the metal in the hallway. So what probably happened is he hit his head against the top, and he came back down jarringly, leaving his metal horn tip embedded in the top of the vent.
Yeah, that's one of those things I better not touch. I hope he wakes up soon. Maybe I can bring the horn bit for him.
Mordecai, you do hear the echoing voice of Bright coming from off to the side. And can I get a con save from Celine as well?
Would I have an advantage on this due to being shoved into those wires and kind of harnessed?
Yeah, that will give you advantage on this. Also, I forgot to give Loki a nice on the con save.
Very important. Right. So it's a 27 on the one for the damage.
Okay.
Yeah. He also had a nice on his health before taking the stand.
Oh, I need to roll another one. Okay. The other one is for a personal reaction that you'll see in a bit.
Okay, so you would have taken half. You would have taken 21 non-magical bludgeoning damage from just getting jittered around and sort of at the epicenter of the impact with this ancient pine, and then skidding about. Fortunately, you don't need to throw up because you don't eat, so that's cool. Otherwise, actually, given your proximity, it would have been if any of you have ever been on those whirly rides, usually fair, whatever town or county fairs have them, and then there's always a kid that throws up on those. But the thing is, it goes out and then it'll splat right back on their face because of the centripetal force.
Centrifugal force.
So, but fortunately, Celine, you didn't have to do that. So. But you are. You will wake up. Let me get an interaction between Mordecai and Bright first, and then we will have you. We'll sort of cut beyond them to what you're doing in the engine room. So Mordecai,
okay.
you. Actually, Mordecai, perception. You will hear the voice. This is just for something else.
Perception.
You see ahead of you, dashing beyond one of the bulkhead doors that you had fought your way through. You see some. Maybe it was movement. Something could have shifted. But for sure, there's little bloody footprints on the floor that is going out of the bulkhead. And
Christ.
it the footprints are beginning where one of the Imperial soldiers you slain was just absolutely getting tenderized by this entire process.
Oh, nuts.
And when I mean small, I don't mean like the good. I guess they don't seem like Tigs. That being said, Tig? Question mark. These are like little tiny footprints that have like three claws.
Tiny. Like fairies?
Oh.
Sprites? Oh.
Bees?
Bees?
Bees? Bees?
He's not going to bother with that at the moment. He is going to find his friends and see if he can make sure that they're okay.
Okay. Then yeah, you do hear Bright had said something off to your side. You can make your way to the vent and crawl in.
I'm going to try and help them get out.
Okay. It takes a little bit of doing, but you can crawl in there, and it's not too far into it. And you do see Bright is well, she has a lot more room than you do because you're kind of stooping / crawling through through these cramped quarters. But you do see that Loki is laid out, and there's Bright.
Hi.
Is he all right?
I mean, he's not dead, so that's a good start.
That's good.
Beyond that, you know as much as me.
Then let's get him out of here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do what I can to get to wake Loki up. He's if he's knocked out.
Okay.
Kind of tap him on the face a little bit. Kind of, calling his name. Loki. Loki.
His eyes will flutter
Tap,
a bit,
tap, tap.
and you watch like they open, but they rolled back, and like his eyes just actually his eyes are really weird. Like they rolled almost a lot more than they quote unquote should. But they do finally.
He doesn't have pupils, just to specify.
Oh, well, yeah, but Mordecai has experience with. Well, you have pupils, Mordecai, but with those who don't.
But I have plenty of experience with those who don't. Loki.
But his eyes for sure were really weird. But they'll roll into a point where he's looking at you. And just reach up, and you can see that he has blood sort of splattered, unless it's Bright's and she's just not confessing to it, but that there's some blood that has been splattered on the metal walls of the hallway here.
You all right?
Oh, you're muted.
Passed out there for a second.
So he's conscious?
Yeah, he is just regaining consciousness. Okay. His eyes rolled back to where they should be from where they were.
I've been better.
I think we all have. But good to see that you're okay. Norallie will be pleased. I haven't seen her though.
Isn't she with you?
Yeah, what happened?
She was with
Norallie?
me.
She was okay.
She was
So
with me. I don't know where she went.
Huh. I mean, that's how this all got started.
What do you mean how this all got started?
Well, we didn't know where Norallie went, and that's how it all got started. We have to find her.
Yeah. Finding her is important.
You guys normally have a track record for crashing ships because this is twice in 2 days.
I don't need your lip.
Oh, you're gonna get it.
Yeah, well, let's find your sister. She's gone off and done something. I'm sure.
Mordecai, aren't you forgetting someone?
Yes, I have to go find my wife.
So meanwhile, a little bit beyond this
she was
maintenance
back
stuff.
there. Hey, Mordecai, if it wouldn't it be more convenient for you to get past if we were the same size?
Yeah, I would imagine so, yes.
Okay. I cast embiggen on myself.
What?
I thought you were going to defibulate me.
That's absolutely brilliant.
Then I do that too.
How funny. That's so funny. I'm entertained. But yeah,
There, now you can
then-
get past more easily.
Good. I then kind of squeeze past Bright and Loki and start heading towards the engine room.
Welcome, Raiders. Oh, I'm sorry the bot got you there, start button, Scott. Welcome. Thank you for visiting us. Yeah, sorry, it might have been a mistype or something that it caught, but thank you very much for the raid and welcome over to our game. You're welcome to let us know what was going on.
Yeah, it wasn't mistyped. They linked their Twitch.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Yeah, you do need permission to post links, and hey, we're polite and we give shout outs anyway to people who come in and raid. So no need to just raid in and drop a link there. Yeah, no problem.
Loki is gonna grab his horn cap from the ceiling.
Oh yeah, so he's probably like rubbing his head and just sort of like, oh, it's sort of like sticky with matted blood. Feel his horn missing, and kind of there's the glimmer of where he impacted his head in the ceiling, and kind of and pull his prosthetic horn out. So while this is going on, Celine, you are coming into consciousness. You've been kind of battered around. What are you saying or doing as contact with Mordecai and Bright is being made?
So, as their voices are probably echoing through the maintenance ducts back to me, it's probably very, very loud in some very aching ears and an aching head. Look, we'll have time to talk later. Just shut up. And that echoes back to the maintenance ducts.
Hey, I'm glad you're awake. How you doing?
This sucks.
I'm sure. We're on our way. And just keep heading towards that direction.
Okay. Celine, are you just sort of, you want to try and free yourself from the wires, or are you just kind of hanging out and waiting for him?
Hanging out. She doesn't have the energy to remove herself from the wires at the moment.
Okay. All right. Well, Mordecai? Question mark. Maybe you hit. Maybe you did hit your head, Celine, because like something crawls out of the vent. You have to like do a double take or something, because Mordecai's a little short for a stormtrooper.
Don't worry, we're gonna get you out. And Mordecai is gonna go over towards the the wires and harness that she's found herself in.
Okay.
Mordecai, honey, I said I liked being tied up, but not like this.
You will have to climb upon your wife in order to try and free her, though, given your current stature.
I don't think she'd mind, given that comment just now. So he starts climbing over her, and just starts tearing away at the wires.
Okay, yeah.
But his face is beet red.
Plenty of handholds on her. It's fine. You don't need to. I don't need you to make an athletics in order to mount her. So, you're able to. You're able to help free her. She definitely seems rattled. There's no blood, of course, because what blood? But yeah, she does seem kind of achy though, as her body has been jittered around in the crash. You're able to free her, and Celine, your mini Mordecai, is there standing triumphantly below you.
My everything hurts.
Mine too.
This was not fun. Let's not do it again. And now that she's untied, she's gonna just lay to the floor on one knee. Oh.
Are you all right?
Oh, that wasn't to get into eye level with you.
You should know that if I could throw up right now, I probably would.
Oh, that's unpleasant.
I just got spun around in the world's largest... What's the thing that spins? Did you get the idea?
Carnival ride?
Yeah, carnival ride.
I'm kind of used to that kind of thing.
Yeah,
or I
Mr.
was.
Acrobat.
Hey, at least we landed. And we're not dead.
Hey, yeah, I could hear your voices from literally miles away. So loud.
It's
so loud.
It's actually kind of a miracle that we're not dead.
Oh, you don't say!
Yeah. We
Stupid goblin tearing up and causing the engine to bend.
That's what happened?
Yep.
Jesus.
Let's just... Okay,
Wow.
I heard Brighton, I heard Loki. Let's just find Norallie and Tig.
You haven't seen them?
No. Wait, no, hold on. The ship. Norallie did something. She became part of the ship somehow. I could feel
I'm sorry, what?
She probably cast a damn wish.
Wish?
Yeah, you know, that is super powerful, super dangerous, I can pretty much do anything I want magic.
Right.
You know the magic she used to save Loki? Yeah, that wish. I think she may have cast it.
What in the world would possess her to do that?
You're asking me what Norallie thinks? I have no idea. Most of the time,
Like we
I
were
think she
bashing her or
hates
anything.
me.
I guess she was... I mean... I'd probably do the same if I were her. In fact, I think I did.
Oh, you did the... Okay. I suppose that's probably why we're not dead.
Yeah. It's a right miracle, and I think we have her to thank for it.
Yeah, well, in a literal sense. I hardly ever attempt to call on it myself, so I didn't tell you about it. But we can discuss that when I don't feel like a cowpat warmed up.
Yeah.
So let's just get out of here, please.
I think we're supposed to be here.
Yeah. But I mean, like, out of the ship.
Right.
I'm
yeah,
feeling really claustrophobic right now.
Figure out where we are and what we're supposed to do here, because I think we're supposed to talk to someone.
Well, we can find that out in a few moments. I don't want to rush. I don't have it in me to rush.
Do you want help, love?
Yeah, okay.
And so he's basically gonna let her lean on him.
Okay.
After he's become undebulated.
And I mean, that lasted a minute, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So once he's back to his normal height, he's gonna have her leaning on him so that she can conserve energy if she needs to.
Well, yeah, cause
Might even princess carry her. Who knows?
Oh, all right. Athletics.
Good luck.
yeah, she's almost lost like 2/3 of her health.
Look, Mordecai, I'm not going to tell you what to say, but you're going to have to tell your wife that she might have put on some weight or something, because she's really heavy in your arms. You're having some trouble here.
She's the same size Corinna was. It's not a problem.
Yeah, but Corinna's also doesn't have a two-hander strapped to her and a bunch of armor and weapons. And now, if you want, you can leave that stuff behind and Princess carry her.
Not leaving that stuff behind.
All right, then you're gonna
have to... Look, Maddie, I see what you're going for, but no.
Okay. After a bit, he's gonna give up on Princess carrying her and just have her lean on him.
That's right. You two are married. You can hold hands.
yeah, we can hold hands. That's fine. I don't mind that in the slightest.
All right. Well, Loki, Bright, Mordecai, and Celine, you have found each other. You have not found Norallie. And I mean, you're rattled and beaten. You're probably in need of some sort of restoration at some point in time. And
yeah, Mordecai's gonna start like dishing out some healing spells.
Okay, spend them.
Who needs what?
So are we all together? Are we in the engine room or the
The
hallway?
four of you are together right now. Yes, you can clear out of the maintenance hall, and you are in a more open area of the ship.
Is it the engine room or somewhere else?
Loki could
No,
probably...
it'd be like in the central corridor. You're not in the engine room unless you want to go there.
Okay. No, not really. I just wanted to have my situational awareness.
Okay.
Okay. So if I mean, I'm in pretty good condition, but I think it's time for, since the location of Norallie seems to be somewhat of a concern, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Locate Creature. Why can't I cast Locate Creature?
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it goes. Okay, and that'll be a level 6. It doesn't do anything. It's just I just want to say that it's a level 6 because it's bad.
You see, if you say it casually like that, it doesn't sound like that you're desperate and having to upcast. You make it sound important, like it's a level 6 Loki creature, and not a.
It's a divination spell. It doesn't cost me very much to upcast it.
Norallie is not within 1,000 feet of you.
So, good news or bad news?
Both.
Okay. Well, we'll start with the good news, and the good news is that actually, it's just bad news. I was hoping I could think of good news in time for the joke. There's not any. She's not here. She's not within 1,000 feet. I don't know where she is.
Oh, nuts.
So
How
did
is
she
that
fall off?
possible? She was on the ship.
Is it Norallie overboard?
She was on the ship. She was next to me.
Where did you see her last? Where did you leave her?
Right next to me. But she wasn't strapped in.
Bright?
Yeah. These ships never seem to come with seatbelts.
Bright?
That's unfortunate.
I think she may have cast some very powerful magic, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do. So did she wish to be somewhere else? That would be kind of crummy.
I think if she wished for anything, she may have wished to have to do something with the ship, because I could, in the moments before the crash, I could feel her as part of the ship. I even sent her some healing magic.
Like part of the ship, like part of the crew, part of the ship, or part of the ship, part of the ship.
Like part of the ship, part of the ship.
Part of the crew.
Like she was the ship.
Oh, like Selter.
Yeah, in a sense.
Oh god, I hope that's not permanent.
Well,
Otherwise, you've got 2 down ship people.
Yeah, I feel like 1 is plenty. Norallie! 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 I'm just yelling. Norallie! I say I'm just yelling out loud. It's in character.
Celine, you would have noticed in this exchange as well that there is a small set of bloody footprints that have left this central corridor beyond one of the bulkhead doors that is left open.
We've got footprints. We should probably follow them.
Yeah,
Are they
I saw that.
footprints?
I saw that before, but I wanted to find you all before even attempting to tackle that.
Where do they go? Like where?
Out of one of the bulkheads, it seems.
Like straight out of the bulkhead?
The bulkhead's open, so that it just sort of patters like out, like around the door and out.
Oh,
Further
so
into the hallway that
through-
the bulkhead would
through
separate.
the
through
door.
a hatch. Through a hatch then. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Although we can patch up first if we need to do that.
Yeah. You know, we're just gonna do this. Everybody's fully healed.
Oh my!
Oh, okay.
Oh, I feel so much better.
Oh, good. Yeah.
In a sense, you do, Celine. Though your body has been mended, but your tank is running low. You're not on fumes. You're not going to evaporate. But at some point, you're going to need more than just magical
More
healing.
than just some healing magic. Yeah. Ugh. That's a worse thing.
Okay. Well, let's follow the footprints.
And follow them we shall.
Yeah, and also keep looking for Norallie, however you can.
Okay.
Mordecai, do you have any sendings today?
Do I have sending today? I have... Yes, I have sending. Yes, I do.
Maybe you could sending to Norallie. I could do it too, but I'm at a level 3s.
Yeah, this is my last one for today.
I had to dispel all those magical traps on the way from the back of the ship up to the cabin. And we did that
Right.
off screen.
Alright, sending to Norallie. Where are you, kiddo? We're looking for you.
There is no target.
Oh, she might have been transported somewhere. She may have done a planar jump or something in that wish. Oh
Does anyone
no.
know what she wished for?
Did I hear what she wished for?
No.
Yeah, because I sure did.
You
Said
saw.
it out loud.
Yeah, but he was in a stupor because Zuvawau was giving him a hug.
I don't recall.
Huh. I wonder what she wished for. Oh, we'll find out eventually, I hope.
Hope we find her.
Let's see if we can follow these footprints.
Yep, follow the footprints.
Okay. You're able to do so, though they do begin to lighten. It looks like whatever is leaving them was not traipsing through too many other fresh blood puddles from the dead that are strewn and scattered, and also sort of battered about the hallways. Though the interior of the ship looks like there was a battle. Looks like there was murder going on, because there was, and then the bodies got all rattled around in the crash. But the footprints actually end up fading in a place where there is actually like dedicated straps and places for the soldiers to sit, which is probably where they rode in transit. But yeah, they grow fainter and fainter, and they disappear inside of this room.
Does anyone know what kind of creature it is?
Who knows?
No.
I mean,
I would like the four of you, because Loki is in on this too, to make a perception check.
Untouch.
Hey!
I'll just take the 37, thank you.
All right. So you
What
split
do you
up.
help I see?
You're looking. Bright, apparently you found some excellent belly button lint. And as you all are
it's easy
looking
to just
around,
get to know.
Celine, you think you might have seen something? And you go over to where there's a locker, where these soldiers were storing their things. And several of them must have, like, shuttered open, or just in the compression of things, sort of, like, bust or whatever. And there's, like, that moment of, like, you open it, and a creature jumps out and just hugs your face. You all see a pale blur leap from the locker and land on Celine's head.
Oh. What is it, and can I get it off?
Yeah, as you
Celine is now flailing wildly, like, "Yeah, get it off me!"
yeah, you run over there, and it is Snowball.
Snowball? I'm gonna pull the lizard off of off of Celine's face. What are you doing here?
I believe Norallie was carrying him.
Carrying him?
She found him on the ship. On Seltzer's ship.
Right. That's right. Huh. Can anyone talk to animals?
I mean, I can a little bit, but not all that well. I mean, it really depends more on the animal's mental state, and strangely on how cute the animal is.
Oh. Is he cute enough for you to talk to?
I mean, if he keeps going blep like that, he might be.
Mordecai, this is no time for gossiping here. Is he cute enough for you to talk to? Well, I don't know. I just... Come on, Brian, do it. I don't know.
Well, yeah, see, there we go. Yeah, I mean, if there's anything I can do, I mean, I'm not really asking for anything, I just kind of want him to show us what's bothering him.
Snowball simply looks at you and blinks. Makes a blep sound.
I do enjoy the blip sounds. Is there something you need? Is there something you're looking for?
Bleh.
That one didn't sound nearly as cute.
Yeah,
What
I
did,
think
what did
that's
you
a no.
I
That's
thought
a
maybe
no
you
blip.
said something to offend him or something.
I don't think so. I mean, my accent isn't great. Do you wanna come with us? We'll protect you.
Snowball looks around and stares over at Celine.
Is there something? Oh, there is something wrong with Celine, isn't there? Well, it's okay. You can. I'll stand here, and you can stand on one side of me, and she'll stand on the other side. Will that be okay?
I don't know what's being said, but rude?
It's kind of wiggling in your arms, Mordecai, and like flailing a little bit in Celine's direction. Bleh.
I kind of gesture him a little bit in Celine's direction.
Okay, I mean, as you're
And
holding
see if he
it,
reacts.
its little lizard, like, it's just sort of like, eh. As you're bringing it closer to Celine, its little lizard feet are just sort of like, eh, eh, eh.
Hmm. don't know why it's trying to grab onto me. What did I do?
I mean, you're a little different from the rest of us.
Only a little, though.
It's just, he's just like, I don't know how to feel about that.
Well, I mean, I could put a magic aura on you, but I can't do it until tomorrow because I don't have it prepared.
We can deal with it later. I just... We need to figure out where we are.
That.
Snowball, let's make a deal, okay? If you can just leave Celine alone for a little while, we can all travel together and we'll protect you, and then we'll help you find Norallie again. Wouldn't you like that?
Maybe he wants to go home to Selter?
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to take you back. I don't know why anyone would want to stay with Selter instead of Norallie, though. I mean, if that's what you want, we can do that too. Would you rather go home to Selter?
Mordecai, make a dex save.
Oh. Oh boy.
There you go.
Hey,
That's a great
that's what's
number.
funny.
It tries to flail and wiggle itself out from your hands, but you manage to hold on to it.
Now see here, you little...
Okay, we won't take you home to Selter. You can stay. Do you want to stay on the ship? I can't promise it'll be safe, but you can stay here if that's what you want. This is not an easy lizard to please.
No, he's not.
Does anyone have, like, a little mouse? I don't want to feed it a mouse. Does anyone have a vegetarian mouse?
I don't think that's such a thing.
I think the lizard that size probably eats bugs.
Oh, well, that's not much better. I can't feed him a cricket.
Oh, die.
So are you just holding Snowball out like this, Mordecai?
No, I'm holding him close like I would a pet.
All right. You go to hold on, and
Uh-oh.
oh wow, he nicks you for 3 points of non-magical piercing damage, as he's sort of like struggling against you, and his claws just sort of nick your skin.
Ah, you little shit. I don't know what to do with this thing.
Yeah, I mean, he's really Norallie's little lizard.
Maybe Norallie and Selter have joint custody? I have no idea.
Yeah, I'd be careful holding
Knowing
him.
Lorelai, she'll get upset if we leave it here.
It's true. And Mordecai, you should be careful with it. Everyone else who's had this lizard has been turned into a ship.
I don't want that. I function much better having my own faculties, thanks.
Yeah. Well, maybe there's a little... Can we make him a little nest? Is there a little, I don't know. Is there maybe some little wood chips?
What kind of nest do lizards like?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's wiggling against you again, Mordecai.
I guess that's not what he wants.
The hell do you want? I'm gonna go looking
Why
for
don't
Norallie.
Why don't you put him down and we'll just follow him? And maybe he won't try to eat Celine.
I set him down. I'm watching him like a hawk. If he if he lunges at Celine, I'm catching him again.
Okay. Well, you hawkishly watch as he starts walking over towards Celine.
Oh goodness. I'm gonna use my.
Do you think
super
Silta
force.
trained him to attack Celine?
It's possible.
No,
I'm gonna use my
that would
cube of
be-
force to keep out living matter, and then I'm gonna stand next to Celine, so the lizard can't go through the cube of force.
All right. It doesn't know any better. It bonks into it and. Ah.
I mean, what else could I do?
Well, let's go see if we can find Norallie. Maybe she can actually tame the thing.
I hope so. Oh look, Rotroni's got all spazzy. Okay, it's better now. Sorry.
So I'm still continuing to search the ship to see if I can find any sign of Norallie.
I mean, she's probably gone. I mean, I couldn't find her with the locate, and we thought she'd been turned into the ship. Either that or teleported away. And either way, I don't think you're gonna find her here. We could go outside and look and see if we can see any signs outside.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I don't like this. Because this isn't the first time that she's, disappeared like this, and we've had to go rescue her from something.
Yeah, I don't think we have to rescue her this time. I think we have to figure out what went wrong.
Just
I mean,
find
we can
her.
always, if we can find the magic, we can try to dispel it. If that's what it takes. I mean, the ship has already crashed. It's not like it's going to get worse.
That's fair.
Speaking of, you're the only one who really understands these ships, even a little.
Yeah.
Understands, I mean, doesn't really understand, but maybe understands a little. Do you think it can fly again, or do you think it's ruined?
Looking over it, Maddie, what do I think?
Well, are you all disembarking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It has a lot of scratches and dings. You're not going to get a premium on its trade-in. It doesn't have a lot of major structural tears. The one engine though that ended up getting looped around the one engine that got looped around the tree though, that's probably too far gone to do anything with. Heavily damaged. The others, they're in place. So cursory, it might be able to fly again. It probably needs some repair. A little TLC, you might be able to get it back in. Not right now, but with the way it landed, and you can even, as you get out, you're looking at the ship, and you can see just like the swirling trail in the mud, in the grass, that you took from the distant broken tree now. It could have been a lot worse, but it's here, and it'll need some love, but you could probably get it going again.
I think I can make it work. Give it some time.
Oh, good.
But it might take a lot of time. We have to replace an engine after all. Or do without.
You could probably hop by on 3.
Yeah, it can probably limp on with 3. But no such thing as top speed.
Well, it doesn't have to go fast, it just has to go at all.
I can probably get it to go. That's about all I can say.
Well, that's better than nothing. And you'll have us to help too. I mean, we can. I probably don't know how to fly it, but maybe there's stuff we can do to help fix it. I don't know what that is. We can always fabricate things.
There is a village here.
I won't be able to do that until tomorrow.
Being able to
Yes, yes,
fabricate things might come in handy.
They haven't come out to check on us yet.
Yeah, no one has.
Well, I wonder if they're all dead. That would be just swell. Let's
Well,
let's
be
go investigate it.
unfortunate, I think.
I'm actually on Bright's side. That would be swell.
If we landed and killed these people, I am going to. I am not going to be happy with that. I'm not going to be okay with that.
Well, it doesn't look like we landed on them.
No, there's not a bunch of little feet that are curling up under the ship.
With nice shoes.
Yeah, with little red ruby shoes or something. Yeah.
No ruby slippers, okay. Well, I mean, if we didn't land on them, then we didn't do it. But who knows? It could be abandoned. Maybe someone. It could have been bandits or soldiers come through. I don't know. We won't know until we go look.
No, I don't think that's it at all. I think we're supposed to convince the people here to help us.
Well, we could always use more allies.
That is what, that's what Zuviwal said.
Well, maybe we landed here for a reason then. Didn't you pray just before we crashed?
Yeah, I did.
Well, maybe that's it then. I'm gonna let Peggy Sue go fly and see if there's anything that she can see that's interesting from a high vantage point.
Okay. So yeah, Peggy Sue flies up and will within 100 feet here. She can get either just fly or there's a vantage point. Looking through her eyes, you can see that it does look like there are livestock pens that still have some livestock in them. The huts are of primitive make, but it's not, nothing too advanced, but it is shelter. It does look like they have places for fires. And you do notice that there are adornments on the huts of skulls.
Any particular kind of skulls?
Make a medicine check.
Oh no. 7. That's better than average for me.
For sure, there's tiefling and non-tiefling skulls.
Would you like me to roll a medicine break?
Well, you can't really see them.
Yeah. She's
okay.
looking through Peggy Sue's eyes from a vantage point right now.
Ah.
Well, good news and bad news.
Okay.
And the good news this time it's real. And the good news is some of the skulls are not tieflings, and the bad news is some of the skulls are tieflings. Unless you're not a tiefling, in which case the good and bad news would be reversed. But it'd still be one of each.
She didn't lie.
So more than likely, the town is lost.
Well, we won't know until we get there.
Yeah, all right. I guess
Wonder
it's one of
Woman-
those be on your guard kind of things.
I always am.
Okay.
No, I know I don't need it, but this is the kind of time where I want to go to sleep.
Are you all going to the village? Are any of you staying behind at the ship? What are you doing with Snowball? And remember, there's been no sign of Tig yet either.
You can carry Snowball.
Yeah, if Loki wants to carry Snowball, he can. I am.
Snowball will run away from Loki. Actively. And hiss at him.
Oh. Oh.
Interesting.
Snowball, do you want me to carry you? I can carry you if you want.
Bah.
This is not an easy lizard to please.
No, he's not.
Mordecai, I think you're gonna have to carry him. Okay, before we head out, I'm gonna cast another locate creature. This will be at level 5.
Well,
and
bear in
I'm
mind
gonna
too, you're like, oh hey, Bright, you know, you're like, oh, Snowball, I can carry you, and you like go over to pick him up, and he bonks against your invisible wall and kind of rolls over as you.
Oh, well, that's... Hasn't it been a minute? I assumed it had been a minute.
Oh, is it only a minute long? Ah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
It was
it's longer than a
just
minute
a temporary thing to... Okay, so I wouldn't have bonked him, but he doesn't necessarily have to agree with me carrying him.
then. He's not fighting it. But I do need you to make a strength saving throw, Bright.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's not my strong
dear.
suit.
Nobody's strong suit except for Loki's.
Wow, look at
Never
you.
mind, though, you made it.
So
All
no,
right.
it's not Loki. It's Loki has a dumb strength.
As you go
Oh.
to, yeah,
He's a warlock.
Loki is not adding strength as a strength to the party. He is adding a weakness
Alright.
of strength to the party. You go over to pick up Snowball, and Snowball does a little bit of a lunge. Tries to effectively like wiggle its way into your dress, and you sort of like, nope, come on, and you pull. Though his claws do tear at your fabric some, but you do manage. Now you're holding on to Snowball.
Well, that's
If anyone needs a
irritating.
bag, we can throw him in.
Well, we can't just put him in a bag. I'll just carry him. But it wasn't very nice. He ripped my dress. Usually Norallie fixes it for me when I get little tears. But
I can fix it.
Oh, okay. Do you can just fix it?
Well, I also have mending.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. That feels better. Oh, animal handling? Okay. Strangely, I don't have very good animal handling. I'm more animal talking than animal handling.
Okay.
Or
Yeah, this is.
animal fumbling.
I don't know. It's a weird behavior. This thing's being erratic. You're doing it a favor by, I guess, carrying it or something. You have no particular insight or wisdom into its behavior here.
Okay.
What? I think I'm the only one with a decent animal handling aside from Norallie.
Okay. Well. So anyway, I was trying to locate Tig before we got interrupted by lizard hijinks.
Okay.
So I was trying to locate Tig. That's what locate creature, I mean.
Okay, you're casting it again?
Yeah, I'm casting locate creature for Tig.
Okay. Oh, what spell slot is this one using?
5, but it's divination, so it barely even counts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you get level 4 spell slot back.
Yeah, just these all day.
Yeah, expert divination, guys. It's brilliant.
Tig.
Pretty great.
Tig is pinging on your locate creature ahead in the village, in the direction of the village.
So, good news or bad news?
I'm assuming you have both.
I usually...
Bad news first.
Okay, bad news is Tig is not here. Good news is Tig is where we were going anyway. She's in the village, so if we want to find Tig, we should go there.
Then to the village it is.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can lock up the ship as best as possible before we go.
I'll
As you
stay
say
back
that
with
and
the
just
ship.
look back, like one of the hatches just sort of like falls off the hinges and kung into the mud.
I'll stay here with the ship, and because someone's gonna need to protect it, and inventory needs to be done about what we've got to work with.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
we need to get there. We need to get this thing back up in the air as soon as possible.
Okay. Well, I think Loki and I should definitely go to the village. Mordecai, that just leaves you.
I'm going to the village.
Okay. Well, let's go.
It's
then.
fine. It's fine. I can stay back and deal with that. You guys go.
You sure
Okay.
you're gonna be okay?
You have a sending if
I do.
things go awry? Okay.
Yeah, I've got sending. So
I know how you tend to be about tackling things by yourself.
it's literally just taking inventory. That's all I'm doing.
Mordecai, you can see, like, you especially can see that while her body is whole, just that she looks tired. The light in her eyes is dull. She's not said anything about it, but you're definitely getting a feeling
tell.
from her. Yeah.
Celine, can I talk to you for a second?
Sure.
He kind of pulls her aside for a second. Not too far, but like just aside.
Aside out of sight, or
Not out of sight, just kind of
Out of earshot.
give them a
maybe.
little bit of privacy. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, what's up?
You think I can't tell?
I'm running on low, not on empty. I didn't want to bother you.
I don't want you running on empty. What do you need?
Last time was only a little bit also, just enough to kind of, keep the wheels turning.
Hmm.
So you haven't fed in a while. You've just been kind of taking a little dip.
Nibbling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, Mordecai. I haven't had a proper feed in a while. Since before the monastery.
Right. And you didn't feed on the ghosts that were leaking out? Or anything?
No. Mordecai, I'm sorry, but what the hell?
Well, okay. You know what? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have even suggested.
Look, it's fine. It's a pragmatic thought, but I'm not.
I'm a pragmatist.
Yes. It's one of the many things I love about you. But, I'm really trying not to do that, because
It'll turn you into Raphael.
yeah. And look what happened to him.
And people called me crazy for turning down everything that Shadowheart were willing to give me.
Well, I mean, I didn't.
You weren't even thinking it?
No.
Seltzer made it absolutely clear that I was batshit bonkers.
Yes, but that's Seltzer. Seltzer is a pragmatist without equal. Anything that would get her power, she would happily take. Even if it meant the sacrifice of anything and everything. So long as she got what she wanted, she wouldn't care.
Yeah.
It's part of what made Seltzer as much of a pain in the butt as she is. It's what made her so endearing.
It's actually kind of strange to hear you say that. I never took you as one who particularly cared about her.
I wouldn't have felt the need to get revenge to avenge her if I didn't care.
Well, there's that. Do you need a quick top up before I go? I mean, I'll give you a kiss anyway, but you know.
Yeah. And you know, you can see that she's kind of loath to admit that, yeah, no, she does need it.
And he goes in to kiss her.
Are you giving your wife a little bit of a peck on the cheek, or are you opening the valve and letting her take what she needs?
I will let her decide how much she needs.
Yeah, but he's opening the valve.
Okay.
He trusts her.
Yeah, right now she's gonna take enough to get through. More than a like an entree's worth. The rest she's been taking a bit like a booze boosh levels, but now she's taking like an entree's worth of food. Enough that you'd be slightly built. You could always eat more, but you're slightly built.
Make a con save, Celine.
Constitution.
Yep.
Ouch.
Mordecai,
If this is anything close to...
I want you to roll a D8, please.
Oh my. D8. 2.
Okay. Mordecai Silverleaf turns a little bit more silver-haired. 2 years of your life have been consumed by Celine. You age 2 more years now.
Stealing the breath out of me every time.
Just one of the many ways I leave you breathless.
One of many.
Well, you know. The way I left you beat red earlier in the engine room.
And his face goes bright red again.
Like that.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is there something the matter, Mordecai?
No. Not at all.
No.
Nothing is the matter.
No.
So when are we gonna find the time? And he starts to walk away.
When are we gonna find the time?
As you do, Mordecai,
Things like that will make time.
you turn and you start walking, and maybe it's just in the immediacy of that last kiss. I mean, she definitely looks beautiful, young, healthy again. The sparkles back in her eyes, they have a bit of a blue twinkle to them, I guess you could say. Hopefully if you want to try and delude yourself, hopefully it's just being bonked around a bunch by the crash. That's really sort of ached, setting an ache in your bones. Conveniently forgetting the massive heel that you dropped not too long ago. But it hurts.
Nice.
So Selena's staying behind at the ship, and the three of you, Bright, Loki, and Mordecai, are going to go to the village.
Yes.
Okay. Bright, are you leading the way, or do you want to take them as best you can straight to Tig by kind of triangulating her?
Yeah. Well, we don't really need to triangulate. We can just follow the arrow to Tig. Unless there's like a hut in the way, and we need to find out if the hut's just in the way. Because we don't want to just walk through the middle of people's huts.
Okay.
Because that would be rude.
While you're guiding, then, Loki and or Mordecai, are you wanting to do anything in particular? I mean, maybe you want to perceive, you're looking out for signs of people or of traps or of something. How would you like to approach the village while Bright is focusing on following the magic spell?
I am going to be looking for people.
Okay.
And I think Loki should look for anything untoward.
Untoward is what?
Things like traps, things like warning signs,
Okay.
things like keep off my lawns.
Gotcha.
And anything that's not what we're going toward.
That's right, it would be untowards. Then can I get a perception from Loki and a perception from Mordecai?
Hey, I have eyeballs.
All right. Loki is confident that there are no traps or other hazards that you are walking into, around, through, or some other preposition.
Combination thereof, yes.
Yeah.
Good.
Mordecai, as you enter this little village, you are seeing you're seeing signs of a lot of tracks. A lot of tracks. But they're all muddled together, so you can't really get an idea of direction per se, but for sure at some point before the rain had stopped and like the water got too much to wash it out of the mud or whatever, there were a lot of little feet that were here. And
Like bright-sized feet?
yeah,
Or are we talking
bright-sized feet.
small creatures? Oh, are we in the goblin village?
Yeah, it could be a goblin village, yeah. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Mordecai, you also see
Possibly most of the inhabitants are dead in the streets.
Yeah, possibly some of them are dead. And also the rest of them are gonna be afraid of me, so that's fun.
how long did that last?
I think it lasts 10 days. Let me double check.
Whew.
I know it lasts an extra long time. Wow, I don't have it on my spell list because I wish for it.
Okay. Well, while you're looking that up, I'll continue narrating.
I'll have to look it up in the book. Yeah.
Now, Loki, not seeing any obvious traps or hazards, still would like to contribute to the conversation and will point out caution because he sees bones adorning the huts, primarily skulls. And Bright was not lying that there are both tiefling skulls and non-tiefling skulls. And without I guess more rigorous study, I mean, you can easily tell the difference there, but so he's pointing out the obvious, but he's proud of it. Mordecai, as you're searching for signs of inhabitants, there's the footprints, and while these places are they are made of wood and sticks and brush, you are seeing what you do see in the picture. There are like scraps of leather some very basic leather working, some very basic thatching of the grasses that are growing here. You're also seeing little metal trinkets adorning the huts. As even in the overcast light, as they blow on the breeze that's going through this area, there is just some little flashes that catch your eye, and you can see that there are metal bits really all around you on the huts. But there's nothing that you've seen so far would indicate any kind of like smithing or anything too advanced beyond just the ability to make some simple tools, drive some trunks or some sticks and whatnot into the mud, tie it together with some rope that's made out of woven grass or leather straps. But yet there's these weird chunks of metal that are adorning the huts.
I want to check out what that metal is.
All right. Roll a tinkering check.
Okay. And do I get advantage because of my background?
Yes.
Okie dokie.
And this would be
And,
intelligence-based.
Intelligence-based. Okay, cool. 22.
This material looks like the same metal that the Shadowheart Empire uses in their airships.
Oh. That's spooky.
We could maybe use it.
Well, if there's enough scrap here, then yeah, we could.
These are like little, at most, wind chimes. There's not a lot of scrap that's at least obvious right now. But there is metal that could possibly be put towards something.
Would it be something that I could use as fabricate material?
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah, right. Well, we should at least keep this in mind. We might need it.
All right.
So maybe I should head back to the ship. If this is a gobbo town, I'm not gonna be constructive here. Maybe I should go back to the ship, and you can just keep Piggy Sue, and you can send her back if you need me, or she can tell me how it goes.
Whichever. Kind of don't like Celine being alone by herself. It's, because
keep this little bird, and don't get her smushed, and I guess this is going to be a false alarm for Snowball. We'll go back. Poor Snowball. He's going to be so confused.
Wait, are you handing Snowball off to Mordecai?
No, I'm handing Peggy Sue off to Mordecai.
Oh, Peggy Sue. All right.
But also, maybe I'll ask Snowball, do you want to stay here, or do you want to go back to the ship with me?
Nah.
Okay.
It clings on to you. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we'll go back.
he's not exactly the most forthcoming, I guess. Or
Yeah, he's even by lizard standards, he's kind of
ornery.
a blank. It's okay.
Okay, so you and Snowball head back to the ship to find Celine, leaving Loki and Mordecai to continue into the village. Bright, you kind of pointed them in the direction like,
Yeah,
this.
I'll point to where Tig would be. Yeah.
Okay.
So Loki, while you were passed out, I noticed something weird.
Notice what?
Well, your eyes kind of rolled back in your head farther than they should. And that kind of reminds me of somebody. Somebody I used to know.
Who'd that be?
It's Jade. She was another pact holder of Shunnearth.
I don't recall Jade.
She was with us when you first met us.
To be fair, that's still kind of a blur.
I don't know. Just seemed familiar. Thought you'd probably want to know.
It's no secret that I did have a pact. Sure.
That Shunnearth might still be honoring that pact, too.
Possibly. I'm not holding up my end of the deal now.
What was your end of the deal?
No, I can't seem to recall.
Then how do you know you're not keeping it?
Well, I'm actively fighting against Shunnearth now.
I mean, Jade used to speak of it as some kind of maintainer of a machine. It would replace gears as they needed to be replaced, and you know, it didn't matter which gear took the place of something else, so long as something was there.
I think life is that simple.
Well, Shunnearth is also very much against the vampires and very much against the Fae, and Jade shared those same qualities, and while I can sympathize with its sentiment, it's killing our planet. So, I don't know if it's listening in on whatever it is that you're doing, but pretty sure it knows what we're up to.
Well, he'll be prepared for a fight then.
I mean, we did promise each other we're not going to let anything happen to Norallie, right?
Yes, but she's gone and done things to herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do anything about that, I suppose. You can try.
Sometimes I just want to take her by the shoulders and just shake her a little bit.
Maybe.
Let's see if we can't find, something about the people around here, huh?
You, but judging by all these skulls, they might not want to see us.
Maybe, but I don't know.
As you're
You ever-
walking, you do see some livestock that look like the kind that the dwarves of Breezebane kept.
Oh. We might still be in Al Artswa. You ever get that feeling that you're on the right track for something?
Sometimes. I'm not feeling that right now, if I'm being honest.
Trust me. I think I think I'm supposed to be here. I don't know why, but I think I'm supposed to be here.
You're here, so
Now I just gotta
what do we
find
do
some
about
people.
that?
Find some people. And
This is indeed a goblin village. They're
I'm
probably all back in Newton-Oz.
well, that's speculation. This could be something entirely different. And Mordecai is going to continue walking towards the village, kind of keeping an eye out for people of any kind.
Okay. You are approaching one of the two buildings where Bright thinks that Tig might be. By the time she departed, it wasn't quite clear which. But you have a short, squat building, and then you have one that is a lot taller. Would be, I guess, considered a multi-story building if these were proper stories.
Okay. I think I want to try the taller building first.
Okay. Is Loki going with you?
Yes.
Okay. You make your way to this tower. And there's not really even a door that would stop you, but there is a leather flap. The leather's probably from the livestock that is kept here. Very simple, crude leathers from the cattle and the swine that are kept, and you can hear milling about the rainy moors here. Who's going first? It might be a little cramped because this is built for short folk.
I'll go first.
Okay. So, Mordecai, you stoop down and you head through. There is a ladder with small rungs that goes up through a wooden ceiling / floor of the next story, and presumably will continue up, since it looks like that tower has a more open top as you were approaching. Loki, are you staying on the first floor to keep an eye out for anyone coming in through the door, or do you want to move up behind Mordecai?
Moving behind Mordecai.
Okay. All right. I want one of you to make a perception at advantage as you two are looking around, and you're clearing the like room by room.
I'll take it with advantage.
Ooh, good thing too. As you look around, you see that there definitely were small people who were living here. There's some like clayware. There's some cutlery, and the cutlery. There are some things like wooden spoons, but you do find a couple other pieces that look like they were they're the same metal from a Shadowheart airship. That might have just been very crudely sharpened.
Huh. That's interesting.
Stolen goods, likely.
Well, they certainly know how to reuse the metals of the Shadowheart. I'm continuing to look around for what I can find.
Okay. You start up through, you go up the ladder to the second floor here. And you begin looking. As you two are clearing this floor, I need another perception at advantage.
Okay. Another 22.
Another 22. You find hidden in a stash a Shadowheart short sword.
Does it seem magical in any way?
Among the bedding. It's
In
not,
the bedding.
but the pattern is different than those that were being used. Like the design, the overall design is it's Shadowheart. The pattern on this blade is different than the ones that were being used against you from the crew of the ship that you were fighting against not that long ago.
Okay, so maybe older. Maybe from a different time frame.
You also see what would appear to be maybe art, but there are there's handprints that are on pieces of leather that are hung up on the wall. The handprints have 4 fingers.
Are they small?
Yes.
Definitely from small creatures around here.
No,
it's
either goblins
looking-
or gnomes.
Goblins, gnomes. I don't think halflings have only 4. And again, I can't say that I've met very many halflings in my time.
Gnomes.
Are you continuing up,
I am.
Loki?
Yes.
Okay. Ooh. There's a green number.
Oh.
Mordecai, as you make your way up the ladder, before Loki can also climb up through the little hatch, a blade pierces you.
Oh, I'm wearing adamantine armor. You only get single dice damage.
You
So
can't be
crits
crit.
are not double.
Okay.
Crits. Yeah, I cannot be critted with my armor.
That's a good thing for you. I also need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy. 22.
You rolled 4 22s in a row.
I have.
And the game started on 422. past
Hey,
midnight, but you know.
Hey, Lamau.
At least it wasn't 4:13.
The blade strikes you. It could have been a lot worse, but you're definitely going to be taking a lot of sneak attack damage here. Whoever is flinging this blade expertly went for a vital point right when you were like at the exact moment of either exposure or vulnerability, or maybe your turn to look and see if Loki was climbing up behind you or whatever. Just your armor really saved you against the assassins. Are pretty gnarly at what they do, and getting crit by one would have been really bad. So your armor catches the blade, and you it is non-magical piercing damage, however. And there's the wound is burning. So it's more than just being pierced by metal. There might have been something coating the blade as well. There's no immediate effect, but your wound does have a burn aside from just the "ouch, I've been pierced" burn that you get from an injury.
Right. I'm going to turn and I'm going to look at that person, and I'm gonna see who and what they are first.
It is a short figure, completely covered, like shrouded in leathers. It would be almost like a hooded raincoat. All you can make out is it's a short humanoid holding a blade that is covered in your blood. There are no details.
Can I can see this creature as well?
You cannot, Loki. You haven't made it up here yet. But you can
Okay.
definitely
I
hear
thought I was,
Mordecai
like,
say,
right
"Ouch,
under.
that hurt. I've been stabbed."
Okay. Mordecai,
I
have you used your Hellish Rebuke yet?
I
You
don't
don't
have
have-
Hellish Spring anymore.
Ah, man.
I'm an Asimar.
Yeah.
I am. As an action, out of a little bit of spite and revenge, because this thing really hurt me,
Mm-hmm.
I am going to channel Divinity Path to the Grave, but I'm not attacking him yet. I'm instead using it as kind of an intimidation tactic.
And can you throw it up? Can I see what it does?
Path to the Grave. Makes him vulnerable to all damage to the next attack before my turn.
Oh. Gotcha.
So I'm using it kind of as an intimidation tactic.
Yeah. How is this manifesting then? It's rather dark. I mean, you have dark vision, I know, but like, what is in this dark room? You've just been stabbed by this creature that you can barely see, even with your dark vision. You do have dark vision, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. And this emanates. What is being shown?
It's almost like words in Celestial are coming from him that are, kind of a kind of in a sense similar to some of the things that Celine does, in that she's kind of the overpowering kind of like Dark Reaper kind of a thing, where he's generally not that, but this is him swearing that if they do that again, they will perish. And he's
Loki? Okay.
He's gonna then try and rip the hood off of this character.
Make an attack roll.
Oh, can I make a dexterity attack roll?
Sure. I mean, he's gonna try and just bap the hood away.
Because I have.
Now, Loki, as you're following Mordecai up, you would be seeing this. Like, as you're on the ladder, and you've been looking
I
up to
use
Mordecai.
dexterity for daggers, but yes.
Yeah.
That, it's an 18.
Okay.
I see the creature.
No, you don't see the creature, but as you're looking up at Mordecai, you are also seeing this manifestation. Like, you are also sort of subject to this intimidation, as Mordecai is not pleased at what happened. As you're making your way up, you aren't quite there yet. Okay, so you managed to just barely like clip the hood with the tip of your finger as you sort of like you swipe with the growl, this supernatural growl just resonating off of you. And make a perception as well.
On 22.
23.
23.
Well, this is just a normal one.
Oh, okay. It's 16 then.
Yeah. Unless you have something that would give you advantage.
No, not really.
There for sure, like it's a face. You only catch a moment as this thing, like, as you go to, I'm showing on camera, but you can't see me on camera on Roll20, can you?
No, I cannot.
Okay. As you're swiping up and your fingertips just catch the edge of the hood to flip it back, it's kind of rolling with your attack, so you get just a glimpse of a face before it's able to recover and keep its hood down with a hiss. It looked blank. Like, there was like 2 eyes and a nose and a mouth, but nothing was like, oh, warts or a long nose or a pointy chin or a mouthful of sharp teeth, you wouldn't be able to catch the really the skin tone because it is dark, so you get black and white vision.
But I do recall that Tig has a bit of a shape-shifting ability.
Yeah.
In that, and the king was speculating as to what the goblin's true form looks like. And is it possible to surmise that this is indeed a goblin in kind of its natural state?
Most likely, given all the extra context, you're pretty sure this is a goblin village. You have a thing that's the right size to be one. It doesn't look like it, but you've also seen a goblin. You've seen goblins now in various states, and the same goblin in 2 different states.
Look, I'm not here to hurt you. I am here because I was led here. Now, we can just talk like civil people.
Oh,
Because that would be my preferred option.
Loki, you're arriving on the scene as Mordecai's saying this. Like, you can climb up and stand beside him. Go ahead, continue, I'm sorry.
It would be my preferred option that we just talk. Now, what's it gonna be?
I'm gonna ready an action. If the creature continues to attack, I'm gonna cast Mind Sliver.
Ooh, Mind Sliver.
Man, how many spell slots you got left?
This is a cantrip.
Oh, what was I thinking of then? Oh, I was thinking of the brain spike or whatever that.
Mind Spike.
Mind Spike?
Yeah.
I have that as well. But no, I'm using cantrip.
Away, Imperial.
I'm not an Imperial.
Your presence is not needed.
A notable Shadowhar accent despite the high-pitched grumble.
I'm not Imperial. Neither is my companion here. We're actually Mesomascan. What's your name?
Begone.
And the knife, the knife is held at the ready as well.
We crashed here. We're looking for a friend of ours.
Put the knife down and we can be civil about this.
You can't see the figure's face, but it does flip back and forth between the two of you. You're getting a grumbling, like a hissy rumble from underneath the leather hood. And from the, well, I mean, it's not dark to you two, but from the dark at the other side of this small round room on the third floor, from underneath a pile of blankets. What? That you? You hear Tig's voice.
Tig.
Mordecai?
We were wondering where
Silence.
you were.
Step no further. Stay away from her.
She's our friend.
If we talk about this, we can assure that no harm comes to you.
Two, right?
Yes, there's two of them.
And there's some wiggling and rumbling as the pile of blankets grows taller and then starts walking towards you, falls flat, and you hear, ugh! And then Tig kind of goes, ow! And rolls out from under the last blanket that was over her and also she tripped on.
There she is.
We're getting everybody together, Tig. What happened out here?
Don't know.
You haven't seen Norallie, have you?
Yes,
You have?
yes.
Since the
Where?
crash.
On the ship.
After the crash.
I don't
Have you
know.
seen her?
There was a crash?
Yeah, the ship crashed.
How did you end up here?
I was flying in the air and going to bonk. But then there was Norallie. I was hugged. And then I woke up here in this place.
Where exactly?
The specifics don't concern you. I
They do
found
concern
her.
me. It's my sister.
This is not your sister.
Pointing
No,
to Tig.
Norallie.
Don't know
My
of
sister
a
has
Noah.
something to do with her.
Don't know of a Noah. Why?
Have you seen a purple tiefling with pink hair?
No.
This place seems abandoned.
Only saw the ship fall. Fall.
Yep. That's right. The ship fell. And we were on it. And here we are now.
This place is empty, for we were driven from it. By our masters.
Masters.
To go to New Denallies.
As Tig is kind of waddling up towards you, the other goblin holds an arm out and it is trying to prevent her from getting too close. As this robed goblin, or this covered goblin, is still very much in a defensive, like, watching you, and is ready to strike again with this dagger.
So the rest of your people went to New Denallies.
Yes. Why are you here? What?
We just fled there.
We did just flee there. We were getting ambushed by a bunch of goblin folk, it looks like.
So we stole a Shadowheart ship.
And now we're here.
Aren't you with them?
No?
No.
I want
We
nothing
took
to
the
do
ship
with
by
it.
force.
I want nothing to do with the Shadowheart. Their emperor is dead.
The figure looks over to Tig, and she's going, mm-hmm.
I am sure they're scrambling to figure out who's going to lead their people now. But the child emperor, he's dead.
Did you kill him?
A friend of ours did.
They should just went and did that.
Why?
Because
Do
they
you
were
want
under
control?
No. Not at all.
I mean, it wouldn't be too bad.
I don't. No, my primary focus is to make sure that this planet survives the next winter. That we all survive the next winter. Because it will be brutal.
Can you fix
It's
the
already-
winter?
Well, I'm hoping
Possible.
so. It's possible. There's something that's devouring what's inside of our planet.
What's a planet?
Cause, well, okay. Maybe the world is dying.
Land.
Do you want to see the wound? I can take you to the wound if you'll cleanse it.
This figure seemingly resonated with what you had just talked about here, Mordecai.
Yes. Where is this wound?
Can I trust them?
Oh, yes. You can. Very nice. Except for all of the murder, but they're really nice otherwise.
We avoid that as much as we can. When we can.
To be fair, I've probably done the least murdering around here.
I don't intend to harm anyone. But if you show me where this wound is, I will do my best.
Then come. You two, Tig, follow me.
And I'll follow him.
We still have Peggy Sue with us.
Yes.
Yeah, you should.
Possibly we should have the bird get a hold of Bright.
Yes. Peggy Sue, you return to Bright and inform her where we're going.
Okay, so you're sending Peggy Sue back?
Yep, sending Peggy Sue back to Bright so that Bright can be informed what's going on and where we're off to.
You don't know where you're off to. You just know that you're following this robed goblin.
And okay, then that's what she should be looking for when trying to find us.
Okay. Then what we're gonna do? We're gonna get up and take a quick break. But you follow this goblin for a while here as you leave this village. It's moving along rather quickly despite the mud and the grass. And you make your way to the hills that are behind the village. And Loki, Mordecai, and Tig, as you go over the hill, you see some great wreckage, half buried in the earth, very much grown over, and it looks like there's maybe some buildings that have been built into or out of this. And here we will take a break. So for all of you out there in the audience, go do what you gotta do, refresh yourselves. We'll be gone for a short while and then come back as whatever happens here happens here. See you soon.